up and grab for your leg loops. We're going to use those as handholds. Great. So now we're going to experiment with how to do some of the grounding exercises. So the first one we're going to do is child's. Okay? So let the leg loops support you in the poses. So when you lean forward in the child's pose and bring your head down, you notice that you're getting this really big heart opening and arm stretch. Just let that be comfortable enough to start to kind of shift forward and raise the body up. So when we bring our head onto the floor, we're moving into rabbit. So we lift our hips, we shift to the crown of our head being on the floor. Is everybody's leg loops at a good height for them? Awesome. Everybody feel good? So where's the top of your head?
Emily.
What's the top of your head? Yeah. Okay. And now shift your hips forward. So now we're on the crown of the head, not on the forehead. Drop your hips down, and then you bring your forehead to the ground. That's the difference between child's and rabbit. Okay? Now from here, we're going to come up, bring our arms up over our head, and then pull ourselves up. So we're pulling ourselves up, getting prepared for a camel pose. Notice that your swing is right there. Come into a little bit of a back bend. Now, if we're here in camel pose, everybody's done enough yoga. Do you know what camel pose is? Okay, camel pose is when your knees are right underneath your hips and you arch and lean back. So just notice how far you want to go back today. So if we are happy with our bicep curls here, that's fine. We can shift into the wrist wrap. From the wrist wrap, we're just leaning back. See how far you want to come in camel pose. You can keep your elbows bent and keep yourself up. If you want to stay up. If you want to straighten your arms and bring your forehead, top of your head down towards the ground and come all the way back. Pull yourself all the way back up into camel. And then lower yourself down one more time. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep our biceps engaged, and we're actually going to do a little pulse with our legs. Look at your belly button. Look at your thighs. And just start using your quads to pulse up and down. This would be the strengthening version. Elbows in towards the sides. That would be the strengthening version. All right? So when people do that, without the leg loops, it's incredibly quad strengthening. It's pretty epic. But we're going to use our leg loops. Okay, one more time. Coming through child's pose, straight arms, and then just lean back, lower your hips down, Supta Virasana. Does anybody here usually do Supta Virasana? Yes. Realize how hard it is? Notice how easy it is to do Supta Virasana here. Arch and open your heart, but drop your hips. Now to come out of it, which is usually the hard part, we pull up, back into standing camel. Very cool, huh? All right, one more time. Lean back through camel, head towards the ground, and then lower the hips, Supta Virasana. Go as far as it's comfortable for you today. Pull back up. Really good. Okay. So there's one more that I do that's a little tricky, but I think you guys can do it. I like to swing my arms overhead, lower myself down, and come into an up dog. Just to make sure, soft landings. Yeah. Because it's a little tricky on the shoulders otherwise. Okay, now this is the full sequence. Pull yourself back up. Nice. Lean yourself back. Come back up. Child's. Very good. Forward. Up dog. Nice. Camel or Supta Virasana. Pull yourself back up. Really good. Arms go wide and around. Pull yourself back up. One more time. Dog. Big heart opening. Now let's just see if we can all do this by our own inner guidance. Okay? Let's play a little bit. Explore which pose feels best for you today. Where do you want to hang out? Just take a few breaths. Play. Nice. When you're ready, release the leg loops and come back into child's pose, and I'll know that you're done playing. Take your time. Be at your own pace. Beautiful. Straight ground. So notice if there's anything that's ready to be released. Notice if there's been any tension or holding in the body that you could just send into the center of the earth. So it's one of the energetic healing practices called dumping, where you can actually just let the earth absorb and know that it's all compost and will be recycled and renewed and returned to you in the highest and best way to serve your path and your good. Just take this moment for that deep level of grounding and releasing. Let the earth take it. And then when you come up to sitting with your eyes closed, I'll know that you're ready for the next sequence. Take your time. See how slow you can move. How slow can you transition and go from one pose to another. Feeling into every little nook and cranny. Very good. The dog is very relaxed.
She has no problem.
So we're going to get into one of my favorite restorative sequences called Coccoon. Now, if you do feel like you need more grounding, just stay on the ground. Just observe. If you want to get into the swing, we're going to wrap ourselves in and start a cocoon and come into like a meditation. Okay? It's one of the class favorites. So we're going to stand up. You're going to explore our swing. You notice that it expands out, like I showed you, sides. We're going to grab the front lip of the swing, bring it in front of us. And then we're going to bring it all the way down underneath our bums. And sit it in. Okay? So just hang out here for a minute. I'm actually going to show Kenya something. Will you grab the ladder and bring this down? So we can actually work with the swing on the floor. And you can actually get in it, but your butt is going to be on the ground. So I want you to lower this all the way here for me, okay? And we're just going to give that a try. And you can see if you like it or not. But it's actually incredibly comfortable to get into the swing. Not the very bottom. Yeah, that one. You got it. Thank you, that one. Okay, cool. So we get in. So we're going to lean back. We're going to make sure that our head stays inside the swing. This is just my personal preference for today, okay? Keep your head supported. You can have it wrapped around your neck, it's just different, and we're going to keep the chin tucked into the chest. So grab the front lip and pull it down. There you go. And you're on the ground. And then you're just going to let yourself get in. So you're going to like sink back. No. Yeah. Kick your feet forward. Okay, bend your knees, kick your feet forward, and stretch your swing out. Stretch it out, but keep your head in there. Awesome. Keep your knees bent, and long legs bent. And then bend, get the bottoms of your feet together. And bend your knees out to the side into like a little butterfly. So we're cocooning.
Yeah, feels so good.
It feels so good. Okay? So, Kyla, does that feel good on the ground?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yay. Can you bend your knees and put the bottoms of your feet together like butterfly wings?
Oh, yeah.
Yay. Good. And let the swing support you so you don't have to use your arms. You can just keep your head in there, just let yourself hang. Nice. There's a lot of times that I'll actually work with the floor. And I can adjust the height so you could have just a little bit of floor support or you can have a lot, but it still feels good to be surrounded by the swing. Now you can keep your arms folded across your chest, or you can also bring your arms up overhead and bend your elbows so your hands are just hanging outside of the swing. Just your hands
This is
and
so
arms.
comfortable.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
So this is really, really good for the nervous system. It's really, really good to have something wrap around your body and hold you. Now I'm gonna run you through some variations nice and slow, and then you get to choose which one that you just want to hang out in and do a meditation, okay? But we're gonna all try these together. So from butterfly, right? We have our feet together and our knees out wide. We're just gonna cross our ankles. So we can come into our kind of lotus here. Right? Really simple. Just crossing your ankles. Sometimes to be a little bit more comfortable for somebody, just kind of like hugging in. Legs, and then again, you can cross your arms over your chest and give yourself a big hug. Or you can squeeze your knees together, wrap your arms around your shins, and give yourself a big hug this way. All right? Lots of body love. Hugging the mind, body, and spirit. Appreciating showing up, how well your body's serving you. Now, if you like just rolling up into a ball, pulling the knees into the chest, you can stay here and just tuck your chin in towards your chest, everything's rounding in. Or I like to do straight legs viparita. So the legs are wide and straight up the sides. So, your feet find a place where they kind of hook and hang. And then in viparita, I usually like to bring my arms up overhead with the bent elbows. So this is so good for draining the energy out of the legs, any sort of tension or inflammation in the lower body. This will really help release, clears the stagnant energy in the legs, the viparita, and it's so comfortable. So the last one is where you bend your knees, the feet stay wide, and you reach up and you grab for the bottoms of the outer edges of the feet. So your fingers are wrapping around the bottoms, and you pull your knees into your underarms into happy baby.
It's all exciting.
I know. Happy baby. So yeah, so just hang out in happy baby for a few breaths here. 5 deep cleansing breaths. Play a little bit. What would it be like to pull your feet a little bit deeper into the pose, or just relax and hang out. But now you can see why I wanted your head in the swing, right? Fully support it. You're not going to fall anywhere. You're all good. Now, from here, I want you to just naturally fall into the position that your body prefers for final relaxation. It's going to be butterfly. It's going to be cross legs. It's going to be hugging the knees into the chest. Viparita. Which pose do you want to do to just really let your body sink in and get the most nourishment? Come to a place where you can really let go. Feeling fully supported. Belly, and into your chest. And your eyes sink back into your skull and let your brain relax. And the nervous system start to unwind.
body wants to change positions, if there's something else that you want to explore for the next 5 minutes. Feel good. Just as people waving from a deep slumber, start to feel yourself kind of twist and turn and stretch. As if you're coming out of a cocoon and you're starting to grow beyond the edges of this limit. Your wings from this struggle start to develop their strength and give you the rebirthing to fly. So nice and slow, you're starting to wiggle and twist and turn, outgrow your swing. And just see what it feels like to come into some reclined twist here. It's just from side to side a little bit. Just get creative with it. What would it look like? Twist and turn, stretch, while in the swing. Just let it feel good. Moving pace is comfortable for you. It feels like to stretch one leg up and grab for the foot. One more hamstring stretch. And then switch sides, into a twist, and then stretch one leg up and grab for that foot. Hamstring. And then your legs out straight, your arms out straight, get your whole body big stretch. Just kind of do a little wiggle, a little push movement from side to side, a little serpent. Stretching the side body. And your legs are dangling out of the swing. You can bend your knees and kind of swim in the space a little. Just wiggling your way out, right? And then hold on to the sides of the swing to help you out. Out. Oh, awesome.
then leaning forward with the chest. Oh, that's a nice stretch. So, your hand goes over here. Heels are really facing chins.
Please.
And then we're going to use these to help us out. So can we just engage one more time and stretch up? Ah. So remember the peppermint patty? Sinking in your chest forward. Oh my goodness. Big stretch. And then again. Now we're just going to bow. We're going to slowly let go. Oh my god, the body's so heavy all of a sudden, right? Bowing down, releasing down, just washing away, letting the tension roll off your back. And then when you're ready, we slowly roll up, roll it back, hands in prayer. Just taking a little bit of gratitude, appreciation for this opportunity to play, to explore, to expand and grow. If you're feeling like you just want to come right down, you can come right down. Last second. If you're feeling comfortable and ready to go, you can start making your way to get some water, bathroom or something. Why don't we share a little bit about how the experience was for you? And tell me how you're feeling, what you notice in the body, anything new.
I love aerial yoga play.
I feel like my body is in like a washing machine right now.
Totally.
And it's not comfortable, but I know it's like healthy. It's like that.
It's just new.
Yeah. My stomach doesn't feel good, you know. My blood feels like it's been turned around, you know, so it's, like I said, I know it's healthy, but it just doesn't feel very good.
I just imagine like having an old purse that you've been carrying around for a couple decades and it like collects all this stuff at the bottom. Seriously, I mean, I don't really even carry a purse, but we all have seen this. Like I stopped over my mom's purse as a kid and like, what the hell's all this crap at the bottom?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing in the body, and we actually want to get that stuff out. It's so renewing, and yeah, it's going to feel a little intense because it's like sediment or soot that got stirred up. So drinking lots of water will help. I actually have some carbonated water, which is sometimes nice too. Just like to kind of like let the body kind of burp and release. It's actually really good for your digestive tract. And then eating really grounding foods will just slow down the detoxification process, but just think of the idea of cleaning the blood. You're cleaning the blood right now. Yeah.
Did you say bubbly, sparkling water?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Just
helps.
no mineral.
Yeah, or ginger ale or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
always
better.
good. How about you? What did you think?
Just watching everybody dynamic and the sameness, and then there's somebody snore, but which means a good thing.
Absolutely.
So it's really sad just to even watching is very peaceful.
Yeah.
And then which how we go their way into a cocoon, and it's kind of really nice to watch.
Yeah, but this is the first time the group
Yeah, we've done.
is seeing the cocoon because we've been doing more of the dynamic movements. So that was
This is
really
a
fun.
luxury.
It's so good. Even with it close to the ground, why don't you just hop in and check it out while it's there? It's
I've been
cool.
in Asia. That's how we grew up, sleeping on the cocoon.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah,
And
it's
then when
so
we spring on
good.
top, we just
Yeah, it's
that's
so
how-
good for the nervous system and everything. It's so
everything's
comfortable. Just like
tapping in.
I know I sleep surrounded by pillows because I like that feeling of like being held, and it's just like so good. What was your experience?
Oh, it's great. I've been doing the yoga, the Om Gym for years, and so I'm used to doing the cocoon and all that versions. But the strengthening part, that's great. Never thought thought of using it as a, until I started watching that, TRX and all that other stuff, and Pilates, of course, and of course,
It's like all
yeah,
that
it's
combined.
great. It's a great a tool, as long as you don't use it like a crutch. But it's a great jumping point to do all the other stuff, like aerials or other strengthening. But in the upper body, that's what we all need most now, right? Because we lack that. Where you're doing all this all the time, right? So I feel like when we're sitting back and we're opening the chest and we're right behind the sternum and we're doing that, I feel really open, and then my cervical and my lower back is really lengthening. At least I'm more aware of that, what you call the column. Right?
That's right. Pillar light.
Yeah, pillar light.
Nice. Thank you. How about you?
It's interesting to watch the ladies having an experience after just an hour.
Yeah.
And
Right.
yesterday was my first time, and it was like 5-ish hours. Like it's normal that I was feeling. So everyone else was like, oh, this is so great, and I was like, whoa, wow, okay. So that was interesting, and then the only other thing I've done, I remember that being what I liked the best was being controlled. So that made a big difference to have that, and it's such a beautiful space. Like I opened my eyes and I'm thinking for a class.
Very cool. Welcome. How about you, Emily? Anything you want to share?
I just feel really open and really good and happy. And yesterday I felt like I had a little bit of a detox, and today I haven't felt that. I just feel really open and my body feels great. The ending to that whole flow was really cool. So I feel really good right now and positive and happy and real loose.
Yeah.
Just smiling,
Getting in
happy.
touch with our serpent nature.
Yeah.
This natural flow. How about you? Anything you want to share?
No, it was great. My body's been kind of crazy doing inversions, so it's good. I just wasn't prepared for the easy sickness.
Easy. You get
Yeah.
used to it.
Did it happen when I was kayaking before? Is it just like are some people predisposed to?
Yeah, I don't get seasick, but other people do. Even just like in the bathtub. It's true.